for a second. You walk into a classroom and the teacher just reads from the textbook. No emotion and no interaction. Would you even want to learn? Probably not, right? And hi, I'm Nura Afika binti Jafar, and today I want to talk about the importance of being a responsible young teacher to create a sustainable Madani society. So honestly, I've been thinking, what kind of teacher do I actually want to be? Like, do I just teach, or do I actually influence my students? Because I feel like teachers don't just teach subjects, they shape people. For me personally, a good teacher should create a safe and respectful classroom. Students should feel like they belong. In Malaysia, we have different races, cultures, and religions. So, unity is really important. If I were a teacher, I would probably make students during group work so they can learn from each other. Because honestly, how can we build a good society if we don't understand each other? And another thing is thinking skills. Students shouldn't just memorize, right? I mean, what's the point of learning if you can't use it in real life? Teachers should encourage students to ask questions like, why is this happening? And what can we do about it? Maybe we can give them real life problems to solve. That way, they don't just become smart, they become responsible too. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine students keep throwing rubbish in class. So what should a teacher do? Just scold them? Maybe not. Instead, the teacher should start a recycling project. Make it fun. Maybe like a competition. Whoever recycles the most wins. Suddenly, students are all excited. And they are learning responsibility without even realizing it. So yeah, it may look like a small classroom activity, but actually, it shapes how students behave in real life. And if many students grow up like this, don't you think society would become more responsible? Also, let's be real. Students today are always online. TikTok, Instagram, whatever social media they are. So teachers should guide them, right? Like, how do we know if something is fake? And how should we behave online? I think teachers must help students become smart and responsible digital users. Because if teachers don't guide students, who will? What students do online today can actually affect the future of our society. Personally, I believe being a teacher is a huge responsibility. It's not just a job, it's shaping the future. And honestly, that's a bit scary, but also really meaningful. So, when we talk about young teachers, we are not just talking about teaching, we are talking about shaping the future of society. So, how exactly do young teachers shape a sustainable Madani society? Let's take a closer look. Good morning to respected lecturer and fellow future educators. Today, I will present a talk on how the voices of young teachers shape a sustainable Madani society. The concept of voice extends beyond spoken expression. It represents the beliefs, priorities, and professional practices that educators bring into their classrooms. As future teachers, our voices influence not only what students learn, but also how they think, behave, and respond to the challenges of an increasingly complex world. A sustainable society does not emerge by chance. It is cultivated through education that emphasizes responsibility, awareness, and ethical action. This presentation argues that the voices of young teachers shape a sustainable Madani society through 5 key dimensions: the promotion of values and unity, the development of critical thinking and responsible thinking, and the integration of sustainability into educational practice. Firstly, the voices of young teachers consistently emphasize the importance of values and unity as foundational elements of education. Within diverse classroom settings, educators play a crucial role in fostering mutual respect, empathy, and cooperation among students. Young teachers often advocate inclusive teaching strategies that encourage interaction across cultural and social differences, thereby strengthening interpersonal understanding. Collaborative learning activities, for example, require students to engage with peers from different backgrounds, which naturally cultivates tolerance and shared responsibility. Such practices align with the broader goals of a Madani society where social harmony and mutual respect are essential. According to the Ministry of Education Malaysia, character development and unity remain central priorities within the National Education Framework. This emphasis highlights the role of teachers as key contributors to social cohesion. Secondly, young teachers strongly advocate the development of critical and responsible thinking as an essential component for modern education. Rather than relying solely on memorization, educators increasingly adopt student-centered approaches that require learners to analyze, evaluate, and reflect. This shift equips students with the ability to engage with real-world issues in a thoughtful and informed manner. This need is further highlighted by Malaysia's performance in international assessment. According to the Programme for International Students Assessment 2022 results, Malaysian students scored below the OECD average in reading, mathematics, and science, indicating a continued need to strengthen higher-order thinking skills in the education system. Research by the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development indicates that critical thinking is a key competency for navigating complex societal challenges and making responsible decisions. This perspective is frequently echoed by young teachers who view thinking skills as equally important as academic knowledge. Through inquiry-based learning and meaningful classroom discussions, students are encouraged to consider issues such as environmental sustainability, ethical responsibility, and social justice, thereby developing a deeper sense of awareness. Thirdly, the voices of young teachers increasingly highlight the importance of embedding sustainability within everyday teaching practices. Sustainability is approached not as an isolated topic, but as an integrated concept that connects various subjects to real-life contexts. Young educators often design learning experiences that encourage students to apply knowledge in ways that promote environmental awareness and responsible behavior. Activities such as recycling initiatives, community-based projects, and environmental campaigns enable students to translate theoretical understanding into practical action. These experiences reinforce the idea that individual behavior contributes to broader societal outcomes. According to UNESCO, education for sustainable development equips learners with the competency required to build a more sustainable future. This reinforces the role of teachers as agents of transformation. In addition, young teachers place increasing emphasis on digital responsibility within the learning environment. The integration of technology into education presents both opportunities and challenges. While digital tools enhance access to information and facilitate learning, they also expose students to risks such as misinformation and unethical online behavior. Young educators recognize the need to guide students in navigating digital spaces responsibly, ensuring that they develop not only technical skills but also ethical awareness. According to UNICEF, children and adolescents face growing digital risks, highlighting the importance of guidance from educators. This underscores the role of teachers in shaping responsible digital citizens. Moreover, the voices of young teachers reflect a strong commitment to professional responsibility and continuous growth. Teaching is widely recognized as a dynamic profession that requires adaptability, reflection, and ongoing development. Young educators frequently demonstrate a willingness to improve their practices in response to changing educational demands. Professional development initiatives and collaborative learning among teachers further support this process, enabling educators to remain effective and relevant. This commitment to excellence not only enhances teaching quality, but also contributes to the long-term sustainability of the education system. In conclusion, the voices of young teachers play a vital role in shaping a sustainable Madani society. Through their emphasis on values and unity, their commitment to nurturing critical and responsible thinking, and their efforts to integrate sustainability and digital responsibility into education, young educators actively influence the development of future citizens. These voices reflect a collective dedication to using education as a powerful tool to cultivate responsible, informed, and ethical individuals. Ultimately, the future of a sustainable Madani society does not begin with policies alone. It begins with the voices of teachers in the classroom.